Good morning.
Morning everyone.
Welcome back to the Finca. On today's exciting episode, we're going to be tackling a job that has been desperately needed doing, but we've put it off because of the weather and one thing and another. We can't leave it any longer now, and that is that troublesome flue. If you remember, we had a great idea of putting it from the living room upstairs in the hayloft up through the bedroom to heat the bedroom, and then out the external wall on this side just above the utility, the old Corral. It didn't work. Andy'll explain why.
Nothing but trouble.
We've just got to move it now, so that's our job for today.
Well, on the next couple of days.
Well,
if you saw the end of the last one, you saw we prepared the inside upstairs. But yeah, it just wasn't getting hot enough. The distance it had to travel, and it was just condensing inside and constantly blocking up. Dribbling black water down our walls and all over our lovely new doors.
Yeah.
So we need to move. We're working on the Corral, and we're coming round to doing the door now and stoning up round there, which will be coming up soon. But we've got to get it out of the way because we don't want anything happening on our new stuff. We've got a big clean-up job.
Big clean-up job.
But
no point doing it until that flue is moved.
So it's going to be gone. So
yes.
let's get on with it.
Let's do it.
So we've dismantled the flue again. Got my linseed oil and my brush. I'm just going to paint this trim, first thing to do. And then we're going to take the dogs for a walk, let it dry a bit, and then get this hopefully plastered up. Hopefully. We want to paint it first because the oil leaches into the plaster and stains it. We don't want that. Right, I'll carry on, get this done. There we go. Give it a couple of weeks, you'll never know. It'll darken up in time. Wood always does. Right, we'll take the dogs for a walk and then come back and get that plastered up. Right, okay, here we go. I've covered up the hearth. It doesn't matter if I get plaster on this, it'll come off easily, but the half it might not. I'm a messy worker. I hate plastering. Those that have watched earlier of a lot of our earlier videos will know this. Plastering and tiling, I can't be doing with it. But unfortunately it's a necessary evil. It's got to be done. So let's get it done. Right. That's the kind of look we're going for to match the walls. This is all got to be repainted. So when that's all gone off, we better blend that in then. I think that'll do for now. I might mess with it in a little bit when it goes off a bit more, but for now, leave it.
Well, at last I'm on the oiling of the windows. You can see now it's dried out all the way around the frame where the mortar's gone onto the wood. It's unavoidable. But we've got this little very well worn brass brush which is working a treat, and it's coming off easily, so that's good. I get it all cleaned off and then I'll get them oiled, and if I get a chance today as well, touch up those shutters at the back of the house. I'll crack on.
Right, so we're in the engineering department now. I'm going to use this to make a flange for the flue. That's it, what it's called. What I've done, drilled a hole in the middle. The plasma cutter, if you saw when I made the lid for the water tank, I've got this turny thing I can cut round circles with it, allegedly. So what I'm going to put a hole in the middle that'll sit in, and we can work round. I'm going to screw this to this side, to this piece of wood, so it doesn't move when I do that. And then we'll see if we can cut it. pretty solid now. Right, let's see if we can get it set up, ready to get it cut. Right, so this is an offcut of pipe. It's 120mm pipe. I'm going to cut the hole 125mm because it's on an angle, the ceiling. For that to come through vertically, it's going to need a little bit of play around it. Ideally it'll be elliptical, but it's hard to cut elliptical holes with a circle cutter, and I'm not that good. So I'm going to measure this half of 125, 62.5, all the way around, mark it, measure my thing, and see if we can get it set up. Right, so as you can probably hear, the generator's running, the compressor's fully charged up, the big compressor. The safety sunglasses are deployed, the earth is on. Let's see what we can do. Right, we have a slight problem with the bar wouldn't get past it. We'll have to relocate it and then probably relocate it again. Right, try again. Right, so now we need to remove this thing. I need a little Allen key. Right, so now we need to cut it to the size that we want. It's touching the bench now, so I'll put the earth back on the bench. I've clamped a metal straight edge on it, and we'll just see if we can cut this off. Lovely, turn the generator off. Right, so there we go, and that'll tilt to that angle, which hopefully is enough for the ceiling. I hope so, because I can't really make it any bigger now if I need to, but looking at it I think it'll be fine. So I've actually got some linseed oil on this that's dried from a previous installation, so I'm hoping a bit of acetone will shift it off. You can see that, it's where it was up against the wood. What a mess. So we'll see if we can get it cleaned up. It's actually coming off okay. I meant to say before as well, if you're cutting checker plate, I should have cut it the other way up, because the torch gets stuck on the checkers. So there we go. So I'll get this cleaned up nice and shiny, and then we'll look at what's next. I might be here for quite some time though, it's not the easiest stuff in the world to clean. Right, okay, I've just checked the angle, it's perfect. Lovely, that lovely sat round our flue. I'll just drill some holes in it to mount it up. I'm probably going to bond it up as well, because plasterboard's not the greatest thing in the world for screwing to. A bit of glue on the back, probably that fireproof, there's flue sealer stuff. And stick it up, put a couple of screws in it. When we get to that stage, anybody wants a little round coaster, we've got one here at the minute. I might go to business, start making these actually. Fantastic. Right, what's next?
Well, it's all cleaned off. I'm just starting now with the oiling. It shouldn't take me long. It's quite windy, it's pain, but yeah, get this done. And then it's on with the pointing. Again, more pointing.
As always, these things take hours longer than you expect. There it is, all shiny, reflect the sun for it. Oh yeah. I was hoping to get it all done in a day, but there's no way that's happening. It's far too late now to start taking the roof apart. But we're all ready to go on the outside now. I think, yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be dry, but it's supposed to rain on Wednesday and Thursday. There's a possibility of it, a strong possibility of it. So I need to get it done in a day tomorrow. So in the morning I'm going to start on it first thing and hopefully get it done in the day.
On to the next window. Just look at the transformation on that old piece of almond. Just a bit of oil, amazing. So, yeah, it's going to look lovely. Happy days.
Alrighty, so we're off. It's fairly early. I've got a big day ahead. Getting this flue up through the roof in the hayloft apartment. First thing I've got to do is take that mess behind me down. If you can hear that noise behind me, I think it's someone with a model aeroplane or something. Pretty annoying. Right, so I've managed to get this over the flue. Bit of washing up liquid. Did the job, helped it slide down. I've left it right at the top because I don't know where I want it yet, but it should slide up and down without too much problem, hopefully. So we'll get that flue down off there, the old flue. Right, so that mess is out of the way. Now, to find that hole on the outside, even if I measured it and tried to work it out, there's all canniers above and it's plastered ceiling as well. I never find it, not easily. Canniers are bamboo, literally, what they made the original roofs out of. So I'm literally going to drill a hole right through, or attempt to drill a hole right through, to locate my spot exactly. So there it is, we're through. That was hard work. We'll have a look on the outside now and see if we can see where our hole is. There it is. Couldn't be any clearer than that, could it? Okay, so there's where we want to be. You can see the canniers there. We just need to get rid of all this rubbish off the roof first before we can go any further. What a mess.
Take the hook off.
Yeah, just stick it on and empty it then. The next thing now is to cut all those canniers out to make a nice big clean hole, which is going to generate a load more rubbish. There we have it. You can see the hole on the inside ceiling now. Right, we'll see it. We're going to see how this new what's it called, the aluminium flashing thing works. Right, so I've just stuck it in place and just weighted it with a couple of tiles. Looks okay so far. I'll go and have a look inside and see how it's lying in there. Provisionally, it doesn't look too bad. Needs a bit of jiggling about, but I think what we need to do now is assemble the bottom half of the flue from the stove, and we'll be able to get it somewhere near where we want it and get a better idea. But yes, we have a hole in our roof now that we've got to get sealed up, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we're up against it a little bit. Right, so it's in. Perfect, lovely. We've remembered to put the plate on because we never would have got it in, will we, when it's going through. That's the plate that's going to fix up to there in a bit. Right, so back onto the roof now, see if we can get that, what's it called? Flashing sorted out. Flashing, it's called flashing. Right, cool, let's get on with it. The next job is to fill that hole full of rock wool. As I said yesterday, was it? It's totally flame proof and obviously a good insulator as well. So if any excess heat does build up there, it'll just sit in this. So I'll go and do that.
Well, I sincerely hope we never have to do this again. It made a right mess, it had to be done. So whilst Andy's on the roof closing it all up, making it watertight again up there, I'm going to crack on and get this mess cleared up.
Right, of course, we're going to need a clamp up there to fix it in place. So I'm going to resin a little bit of threaded rod in. I've got my resin, I've got my blower, I've got my drill. It's very difficult to show you up there, but you'll see in a bit at the end. Right, okay, we missed a bit of filming. Got too carried away being busy. It's in, it's screwed to the wall, the tiles are all back in place. I just need to do a mix now to fill in all the gaps and seal that flashing. Okay, after a mammoth marathon, it's got a scratch coat on it, it's in place, it should be watertight, it should be dry enough if we get any rain tonight not to affect it. So let's get on with the inside now. Right, scratch that. I'm not going to do the inside, that can wait. I'm going to take this mess off the wall because if it does rain we'll have water coming down there and coming straight into the apartment living room, so, and that wouldn't be good, would it? So I'll get my ladder and get this out of the way, and we'll probably just fill it full of foam or something for tonight, just to keep the water out. Well, that turned into an absolute disaster. I thought if you can't get it out, get a bigger bar, that's the idea. What happened is actually separated this pipe, which is the one that ran through the bedroom. So we've not filmed it, but we couldn't, we were under a bit of pressure. We've had to take the whole lot out. It's made a right mess. But it's gone, the nightmare flue has gone. We just have a normal lovely flue now. Don't ever run a flue through another room. It just doesn't work. It's just more trouble than it's worth. It's caused us nothing but grief since the start. But it's gone, goodbye. And we can use these again in the future anyway for our other fires. So we're going to have a big clear up and get everything sorted out. And in the morning, which will be in about 2 seconds as always, we'll show you what happened.
Well, what a day we had yesterday. My goodness, it was absolutely full on all day. Andy had absolutely nothing to eat till about 9 o'clock last night.
Hard day.
We had to get the roof sealed because they'd forecast rain for today, and sure enough, here it is.
Not a lot,
but just when we thought we'd finished last night, Andy was trying to disconnect the last of the flue on this wall in the bedroom to get it out from the outside. We wanted to actually leave the pipe that was in the bedroom, just for aesthetic reasons really. It looked nice and it was going to leave a mess if we took it out. But...
yeah, the joint wouldn't break. It was a permanent joint.
Yeah.
As you saw earlier, I got a massive... I tried a little bar to twist it out, it wouldn't move, so I tried a bigger bar and it actually separated it inside.
Which created an awful mess.
What a mess, what a mess.
In the bedroom.
So, in the end, just as we thought we were done, one last bit to do, absolutely exhausted. We then had to start taking the pipe out in the bedroom and then filling the hole up a bit.
Yeah,
to stop
just
any
to
rain
seal
coming
the
in
outside.
there.
Yeah, so we've now got a great big hole in the existing one in the living room here, and now a great big hole in the bedroom.
Yeah, let's go and we're going to have a look at it. So we sorted out, but it's just not what we needed.
Not what we needed.
Let's have a look, we'll show you.
So this is said hole. There's a load of stuff around the edge there that needs knocking off. Obviously we've got to fill that in, and then we've got to make it good again, make it look like it's always been there. And all we're left with now is our piece of pipe here, which goes through into the living room. So obviously that needs to come out as well, so that's going to be more mess and another hole to fill. So today we're going to have a bit easier day. Poor Aunt Andy's aching, but we do want to get this knocked off, cleaned off, and the rest of this pipe removed. So that's going to cause more mess, but that's finger life for you guys.
Well, if it doesn't get worse, look what we've just found in the bedroom. I think it's a scolopendra. I got bitten by one of these a few years ago. Got the most painful bite ever. We've no idea how it got in. The room's pretty sealed, but luckily we saw it and managed to catch it, so I didn't get bitten. But it was in the bed last time I got bitten. I felt something tickling me back, and it wasn't Sharon because he was in the UK. It was one of these. And then it bit me. So we'll get rid of him.
Well, we've evicted the scolopendra, thank goodness. Don't know where it came from. Andy did do an emergency filling on the outside of this big hole last night, just to stop the rain coming in case it rained overnight. And we can see a little tiny bit of daylight, so whether it's climbed up the external wall and through there, I don't know. But thank goodness we spotted it. We've got Dolly on the bed, Dolly Tickle. And she's after anything like that, snakes or anything that moves, as they do. So thank goodness she hadn't spotted it, because they are nasty. Anyway, I'm going to try and get this off as carefully as I can. I've got a scraper, but I'm going to try not to use it because I don't want to have to repaint this whole wall. So if I can get it off really carefully, and then we'll make it good. We'll probably just leave it some exposed, put some stones in there, make it look like it's always been like that, like the one over there, if you remember. I'll show you that in a bit anyway. Yeah, gently, gently, I think is the way. Missed the bucket.
Right then, see if we can get this out. Hopefully this isn't going to make a horrendous mess. What a disaster. Turn it that way so nothing will fall out of the thing. Come on. That's it. That's it. It's coming. It's so frustrating when you've done all this lovely work and have to undo it. But the nightmare flue's gone. Come on. How thick are these walls? Oh, there we go. Right, cool. So away.
Mission accomplished. It was quite easy actually compared to yesterday. We didn't even film yesterday's because we were frantic trying to protect the bedroom with all the mess. But yeah, not too much mess today, so I'll get that cleared up and then we can start patching up. Well,
back on the step.
Back on the step. We're going to call it a day there. We had such a mammoth day yesterday, as I say, but we're all cleaned up. We're all ready to put it back together now, make it look good, hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us next time, which will be Sunday.
I'm hopefully going to be carrying on with the old Corral.
Yes.
Weather permitting, it's supposed to rain again tomorrow a bit, but yeah, we're going to be working around to the door that we've just had this epic mission to clear so we can carry on down there.
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, thank you everybody so much.
Hope you've enjoyed our pain and we'll see you on Sunday.